Hello, this is Dr. Mears. Today we are going to be writing an equation given slope m and y-intercept b, and this is through an application. So hopefully you practice the skills of writing slope intercept form given m and b. So we're just pulling out the numbers right now. Let's read the situation. A company that makes wildlife videos purchases camera equipment for $32,400. The equipment depreciates $100 per year. The X represents the number of years since purchase and Y represent the total value in dollars. So the first thing that we have to do, then that we always do, is define our variables. And sometimes you've been seeing in problems where I've defined them for you, which is really nice. However, I'm going to be pulling away from that. So you are going to have to go through and see, what does X and what does Y represent? So I give it to you here. Let X represent the number of years since purchase. And so if I didn't give this to you, you can really look where our numbers lie, $100 per year. So per year, X is probably going to represent the number of years. So let's write that down, number of years. And Y represents the total value. And if I didn't give you the total value, then you would have to look back, reread, and annotate, and see the equipment depreciates, and we're talking about money. So you would have to put it together that since we're going to be losing money, we're probably looking for some type of total value or total money. So let's write this down since I did tell you total value. Okay. Part C, as a total value decreases by $100, change in Y, so that's change in Y. The year increases by 1, change in X, change in X. This reminds me of rate of change, which reminds me of slope. So the sentence represents slope. If you see this sentence in any type of given situation, or even a sentence that says $100 per year, this has the same meaning as this. And your negative, because it decreases, I found from the word depreciates. Depreciate means decreases. So depreciates $100 per year is the same sentence as the total value decreases by $100, the year increases by 1. So that's what that represents. So right now we're looking at a slope of negative $100 divided by 1, decreasing 100, increasing by 1. You may write this out for our purpose of putting it in an equation as m equals negative 100. So you can use the reduced in our equation. We're going to be using this to help us graph. Part D. If the number of years since the camera was purchased is 0, the X value, the equipment will be worth, read that, $32,400. Wow, that's really expensive. The sentence represents the y-intercept. So let's connect it back to the original problem. The original problem says, a company that makes wildlife videos purchases equipment for $32,400. And so this connects, purchases the camera. This connects to the number of years since the camera was purchased is 0 because they just purchased this camera. So these two sentences, these two sets of words mean the same. So you can say, purchase the camera for $32,400. That really means that no years went by. They just bought it. So the equipment is worth $32,400 because they just bought it, which is our B, $32,400. Because remember, our B comes from when our X value is 0. Our X are the number of years. The total value, which is our Y value, is 32400. So when we were doing our real world situations and we had to look for our initial value, it's when that X value is 0, we find our initial value, which is 32,400. So that is our B. Now that we have our M and our B, now that we have slope and y-intercept, please write an equation in slope-intercept form. So this is y equals negative 100x plus 32,400. And that's our equation. And that's how you write the equation. Now we have to graph. In graphing, you could do one of two things. You can make a table where we substitute in each number. We could do 1, 2, 3, and we can actually get those values. Or you could graph the equation of this line. In graphing the equation of this line, we need two things. We need the slope, which is m, negative 100, and we need the y-intercept, which is b, which is 32,400. Now this is where we start on the y-axis. This right here is the y-axis. The total value is the y-axis. The number of years is the x-axis. This is the x-axis. So our start point on the y-axis is at 32,400. So we might want to start, and I'm just going to do a little zag there to start because I want to start at 32,000. And I'm thinking of counting by 100. So 32,000, 32,100, 32,200. Sorry, it's a little squished. 32,300, 32,400, 32,500, 32,600, 32,700, 32,800, 32,000. It would be really nice if I actually wrote these numbers on the paper for you. And then 33,000 is the last one. Okay, so I started at 32,000 and I counted by 1,000s. Now here's the other thing. We're going to have to do a slope. Our slope is how much we go up or down, and then how much we go right or left. So I'm bringing this original negative 100 over 1 value back because we're going to be using it. Okay, so this negative on top means that we're going to be going down 100. That's what that means. And we're actually going to be starting from our start point. So this is where we start. We're going to be starting our line from here. And from the start point, we're going to go down 100. Then, since this is a positive, we're going to go right 1. So let's do that. Here's our start point, 32,400. I'm starting from this number on the y-axis. Then I'm going to be going down 100 and right 1. So it's nice because we counted by 100s. So down 100. Oh, we have to number these, labeling our axes. So what should we count by here? If I counted by 1s, that would be pretty good because we need just to go right 1. So let's count by 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, this represents the number of, I'm sorry, my bad. So I counted by 1s. Let me redo that because you couldn't see it. So I counted by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's good because it is the number of years. So, I mean, if we went by 10s, that would make this a little bit larger. We'd have to go down a significant amount more, which we don't have on the graph. So from our start point here, let's go down 100, right 1, and make a point. Down 100, right 1, and make a point. Down 100 and right 1 and make a point. So please notice I'm doing these directions, both of these, and then I make that point. So from here, down 100, right 1, then make a point. Down 100, right 1, then make a point. Now what I could do is take my trusty old ruler out and connect these points. Because what we just did is we just graphed a line. And so we have to represent that using a line. So we graphed this equation. Congratulations. Y equals negative 100x plus 32,400. We started at 32,400 and we used our slope to get from one point to the next, to the next point, to the next point, to the next point. And so this is how you graph an equation, and this is how you get your line of that graph. How much is the equipment worth 4 years after it is purchased? this is a nice question because what we can do now is we can use our graph. We can go to 4 years. So let's go to 4 years, 4 years. And let's go see how much it was worth. So if we go up to the point that's on that line, let's just go over and see. Ooh, it's worth $32,000. Now, I'm going to have you check this quick, okay? So we need 4 years. I'm going to flip this over. We are going to do a quick check because we are mathematicians and that's what we do. Our years is 4. That is our x value. We have an equation, y equals 100x plus 32,400. Let's put the number of years in to see what my total value will result. My graph told me that it results in $32,000. This is my graph. Let's see if my equation is going to be correct. Okay, so we are checking. So let's substitute 4 plus 32,400. So y equals negative 400. I multiplied first by order of operations plus 32,400. When I combine these, negative 400 plus 32,400 is $32,000. And this is using the equation. So let's check, does my equation answer match what I saw on the graph? It does. You have learned a lot just now. So this video is now over. This has been writing an equation, graphing an equation, and then using the equation in the graph to make a prediction. I hope this has helped. If you need to rework this, you can always get an extra piece and do the video again. Please make sure you pick up those practices so that you practice. Hope it helped. This has been writing an equation given slope and y-intercept through an application. Thank you.